Okay, so this is where we've stopped. So late assignments are worth 50% credit after due date. So take note on this one. Let's say I only gave you 3 days or 1 week to finish the, let's say, a certain activity, and then if you wasn't able to submit that in that due date or before the due date, so your score will now be only 50%. So I will still accept your assignment or your activity or your quiz, but then again, I will only grade that as 50%. Okay. So medium of instruction. So in lectures, in discussion, in documentation will be in English. So this one is not really that accurate since nagtatagilis naman ako. Okay, so maybe 60 or 40 or 50-50. 50% Tagalog and then 50% English. Maliban na lang kung merong foreigner. Do we have a foreigner in here? Do we have a foreigner wherein that foreigner cannot understand Tagalog?
Ako, sir, foreigner.
Tagalog ka naman bigla. So I think there is no foreigner. So no need to speak in English purely. So we
Sir, walang foreigner dito, sir.
Walang foreigner.
Ilocano amin.
Hindi na lahat. Alright. So take note on this one. This is very important. So written and spoken work may receive a lower mark if it is, in the opinion of the instructor, deficient in English. So meaning, hindi ko maintindihan yung sinulat mo doon or yung nilagay mo doon. Okay? So kapag may pina-essay ako, kung sakali lang naman na magpapa-essay ako, so should be in pure English. So not Tagalog, not Ilocano, or not any other language. Okay, so it should be in English. And then I should be able to understand it at least. So kung hindi ko talaga maintindihan, then you might get a deduction or a 0. Pero kung nakuha ko naman yung thought, kahit mali yung grammar, so okay lang. Hindi naman ako nagdededuct. Hindi naman ako English teacher. So it's okay. As long as you can deliver what you're trying to explain or what you're trying to say, then that's okay. Right? So consultation schedules. So this one was before when we still have the face-to-face kind of teaching. But right now, since we are in online distance learning, so you don't need to appoint or you don't need to ask permission to have a schedule for consultation to your instructor. So in my case, you can just message me right away to my Facebook. Okay? My Facebook or to my Outlook account or to my Canvas account. So, ang pinaka-recommendable ko is yung Facebook. Bakit? Kasi, of course, yun yung laging online ako and then nanonotify ka agad ako pag mayroong mga message na dumarating. Unlike in Canvas, in Outlook, or in Gmail, so madalang lang, maybe Gmail once a day. And then for Canvas, maybe thrice or 6 times a day. So, may delay. Okay. Matatagalan ako sa pagre-reply. Unlike sa Facebook, mabilis lang. So, okay lang naman kahit i-message nyo ako. Magpakilala lang kayo na student ko kayo sa ganitong subject. And then, pangalan nyo, blah, blah, blah. And then, kung anong concern nyo. Okay? So, never mind this one. So, it's not recommended to sign an appointment. So, you can just message me right away. If ever you have a concern or clarification with our topics or with our activity. So again, I'm your instructor, then Mel Paul Saavedra. So here's my email in Gmail. So you can email me to here. But again, I don't recommend it since matagal ako magbasa ng mga email sa Gmail. Okay? And then just in case, okay? Just in case na wala kayong internet, so save nyo to. This is my personal number. So kung wala kang internet and then or may unannounced na electricity interruption dyan sa lugar nyo, let's say yung biglaan, and then merong exam or merong quiz na dapat due date na, so you can text me. Okay? Para lang aware ako na, sir, wala akong internet, para malaman ko na ito ganyan, para mabigyan ko kayo ng extension kung sakali. Okay? Pero take note lang na dapat kapag sasabihin nyo to, dapat totoo. Okay? Hindi lang basta nagrarason kayo. So makonsensya kayo. Okay? Ibigyan ko na kayo ng 3 days, tapos magsisinungaling pa kayo. So pangit naman nun. Okay, so hanggang dun lang naman. Di kayo sa query so far regarding with the overview of our subject for the first module. Hindi first module, for the entire course na to kasi midterms sa finals. So mamaya yung first module. So do you guys have a question or clarification?
Sir, kailan yung midterms tsaka final?
Midterms and finals. So let me just check. For the second half, ano ba tayo nag October exam days. So your midterm exam will be on November 11, 12, and then 13. And then for your final exam would be on December 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, so we still have 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks. What is the date today? 24. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we still have a total of 4 meetings. So a total of 16 hours. So don't worry, I think we only have 3 modules in midterm, so we have plenty of time. All right, so any other question or clarification? Ms. De Vera?
Sir, wala na po. Thank you.
All right, so how about the others?
Sir, wala na po. Thank you.
All right, all right. Okay, so kung wala nang question, so without a further delay.
Ano yung attendance natin, sir?
Wala nang attendance. Okay? So ang attendance nyo, bigyan nyo ako ng magandang score sa quizzes. Okay? So okay na yun sa akin. Kahit di ka pumasok, basta hindi naman yung talagang hindi ka papasok. So pasok ka pa din, lalo na pag may mga question ka or may mga kailangan kang tanongin. So magpakita ka pa rin at least once a week or once in 2 weeks. Okay na yun sa akin. Basta makita man lang kita. Pero kung hindi ka papasok buong SEM, so medyo kaduda-duda na yon kasi malay ko ba kung kumokopya ka lang sa kaklase mo. Okay? Alright, so start na tayo. Alright, so for your first module, we have here your nature of mathematics. Okay? So what is nature of mathematics? So as rational creatures, we tend to identify and follow patterns, whether consciously or subconsciously. Okay, so it is divided into 2 parts, or we can say that it has 2 parts when say in following patterns. So take note, consciously means you're aware that you're following a certain pattern. Like for example, you're aware that you're doing this pattern because this is what the correct one. Ito yung talagang pinaka-normal way. Like for example, nagsasolve ka ng mga math problems. Of course, you follow a certain pattern or a certain step para masolve mo yung pinakasagot or yung pinaka-question na yun. Okay? And then when you say subconsciously, you follow a pattern but you're not aware. Okay? Or you're aware but only 10% or 20%. Okay? So what are those examples when it comes to following a pattern subconsciously? So yun yung paglalakad. So hindi ko alam kung meron ng, syempre, meron naman na siguro pero hindi lahat. Okay? So ikaw, naglalakad pa lang pero hindi mo alam, may pattern ka nang ginagawa. Kahit ako din, syempre. Nung una, o nga no, napaisip din ako. Pattern nga rin pala yun. Sa mga pattern, sa mga simpleng pattern. Okay? So, when we walk, of course, after the left side, we do it with the right side. So, after the right side, we do it with the left side. Okay? So, hindi naman tayo naglalakad ng left, 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 tapos right, right, right. Hindi naman ganun, di ba? So, mostly, or all of us walk in that way. After the left, or alternating, left, right, and then left, right. So that is one example wherein we follow a certain pattern that we are not that aware. Okay, so second is recognizing patterns. Feel natural. So kasi yun yung, I don't know, maybe that's how our brain work. Okay? Lagi namang logical thinking yung pag-iisip natin eh. Like, we always find a cause kung bakit nangyari to. Okay? There's always before bago nangyari yung after. Meron laging eto muna bago ito. Hindi pwedeng yan na kagad. Okay? Like for example, kung paano gawin yung baby. So meron pattern yan. Okay? So mag-umpisa sa ganito, ganyan, and then hanggang sa 9 months sa tiyan ng nanay, and then mapapanganak. Hindi naman pwedeng nandiyan ka na kaagad at exactly 1 year old, at exactly 3 years old ka na. Okay? So laging may pattern. Okay? So early humans recognize the repeating interval of day and night, the cycle of the moon, the rising and falling of tides, and then the changing of the seasons. So of course noon, hindi naman talaga natin, or hindi naman nila, bakit natin, kasama ba ako noon? So sila, yung mga early humans, yung mga unang-unang tumira dito sa mundo noon, hindi naman nila iniintindi kung ano ba yung, bakit merong ganyan, bakit ganyan. So before, siguro ang iniisip nila basta may makainan, and then basta okay sila, ligtas sila, okay na yun. And hanggang sa ma-realize lang siguro nila after 1 year or after 2 years, 3 years na, parang ganito na yun after a day, magkakaroon ng night. After magkaroon ng night, magkakaroon ng day. Okay? Laging yun na yung common patterns or natural patterns around the earth. Okay? The cycle of the moon, the rising and falling of tides, and then the changing of the seasons. So lahat to, parang alam na nila by nature. Kasi kung hindi, then may hirapan sila. Let's say kung random, let's say lagi na lang umaga, 48 hours ng umaga or even 96 hours or 4 days na puro umaga na lang. And then the next day, 1 night lang, tapos puro umaga ulit. Okay? Or random, 2 days, tapos 1 night, tapos 2 days, tapos 1 night ulit, or tapos 3 days. Alright, so Miss Janidine or Miss Lassie who said, Sir, pwede po pakipost sa canvas yung di-discuss mo, sir? My internet is not that stable, sir. Sorry po. Yeah, no problem since all of our discussion will be recorded. Okay, so I will post our discussion later on in Canvas so that you guys can view it offline or anytime kung kailan malakas yung internet. Okay? So, with that knowing na let's say mag-uumaga na or maggagabi na, so hinahanda na natin yung sarili natin. Okay, so pag maggagabi, matutulog na tayo. Pag mag-uumaga, magtatrabaho na tayo. Okay? So imagine nyo na lang kapag puro umaga, so nakakapagod 'yun. Hindi ka na nakatulog na hindi ka makakatulog na maayos or 'yun, hindi ka rin makakilos na maayos kasi pagod na pagod ka and wala ka ng tulog. Ganun din kapag puro gabi. Okay, so sobrang hirap din 'yun. Alright, so as a conclusion, awareness with these patterns allowed humans to survive. Okay, so that's how we survive. We follow a certain pattern, could be consciously or subconsciously. So if you guys have a question, you can interrupt me anytime. Okay, so no problem with that. So you don't need to raise your hand. You don't need to ask permission. So you can just on your mic and then speak right away. Okay. So second is, do you also notice patterns around you? So what other examples can you think of? So never mind this one. So this one was supposed to be for face-to-face. So what are the other patterns that you notice? Anyone who wants to share that, this one is a pattern already. This one has a pattern, another one, and so on and so forth. So napakarami actually. Pagkatingin nyo pa lang sa paligid nyo, lahat ng mga bagay may pattern. Anyone who wants to answer or who wants to share? Anyone?
Sir, kapag humihinga po.
Pag humihinga. So tama. So 'di ba alternating 'yon, pagka inhale mo, kaya exhale ka na. Pero pwede mo namang gawing inhale na 2 and then exhale na 1. But that was already intentional. So conscious ka doon. Kasi ang paghinga dapat subconscious ka. Kasi kung hindi ka humihinga, patay ka na. So unconscious tayo doon na kailangan ko na palang huminga. Okay? Ganon din sa pagkain. Okay? So pag nagugutom ka, naturally, kakain ka na. Or kung gusto mo mamatay, huwag kang kumain. Okay lang yun. Conscious ka pa rin naman doon. That's still a pattern, you know? You're still following a certain pattern. So kahit saang path ka man mapunta, there's still a pattern. Even ano bang tawag dito? Yung drawing na limutan yung pangalan. Yung random drawings, ang tawag doon, random drawings or random paintings. Abstract. Yeah, that's right. Even abstract has a pattern. So anong pattern ng abstract? Hindi maintindihan or magulo. So pag magulo, pag lahat yan magulo, abstract. Okay? So ganun. Lahat ng bagay may pattern. Okay? So thank you very much sa mga nag-share ng kanilang idea. Okay? So in the general sense of the word, patterns are regular, repeated, recurring forms, or design. So kapag isa siya dito, kapag regular siya, kapag repeated, lagi na lang nangyari, pag recurring forms or designs, that is already a pattern. So we see patterns every day from the layout of floor tiles. So laging may pattern yan. So gustong-gusto natin ng pattern kasi yun yung sa tingin natin mas maganda sa paningin. Designs of skyscrapers to the way we tie our shoelaces and many more. Okay? So have a look on this one. So we have here a smiley, a heart, and then smiley, and then a heart, and then a smiley. So as you can see from here, parang alam nyo na, parang alternating siya. Okay. So logically thinking, the next one would be what? Tagal sumagot. Tutulog kayo, no? Okay, so the next one is heart. So supposedly...
Hindi naka-open cam, sir. Natutulog yun, sir.
Oh, hindi daw naka-open cam, natutulog daw. So supposedly, wala kasi to, hindi nyo dapat makikita to. Kaso nga lang naka-PDF form na kasi, kaya wala na yon yung parang, naman tawag dito, transition. Wala na yung transition sa PowerPoint. So anyway, so yan, kita nyo na kagad yung sagot. So the next one is, of course, heart. How about this one? So iwanan ko na to sa inyo. What is the correct answer? Is it A or B? I'll give you guys 1 minute.
A, sir, A.
A, sir, A.
Alright, so how about the others? Letter B ba kayo?
A.
Yung B. Sinong
Sir A,
B?
sir A.
Sir,
Sinong B ang sagot? Ako, sayang.
Ako na lang, sir.
A, sir, A.
Sir B, sir B.
Ako na eh. Hindi, okay. So the correct answer is letter A. Okay, not the letter B.
Sir A, sir A.
So we're starting from the top and then going to left and going to the bottom and then going to the right. So yun yung one pattern. So take note, yung rotation. Pangalawang pattern is lahat sila kulay blue. Pangatlong pattern is yung lines. Okay, so counts of lines. So starting from 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Yung pang-apat na pattern is yung lines pa rin, but now the size of the lines. So nag-umpisa tayo sa pinakamalaki and then paikse ng paikse. Okay, so as you can see, we have 4 patterns. Okay, na pare-pare sila. So kung susundin nyo dito yon, ito is count of 5 lines, but the other one is count of 6 lines. Wherein kapag sinagot natin is letter B, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 6. So nag-jump na siya. So hindi na siya kasama sa parang, or naputol na yung pattern natin. So the logical answer is letter A. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay. How about this one?
B.
B.
B, abo, B.
All right, so very good. The correct answer is letter B. So it's very obvious actually. So kung papansin niyo, wala namang patterns when it comes to its shape, since lahat sila is magkakaiba. But we have a pattern when it comes to color. Okay, we have an alternating color in the middle of black and then, what is this? Light green? Green, yeah. So just call it green. So hindi ko alam, hindi ako masyadong familiar sa mga specification when it comes to colors. So yung drawing dito, pakitanggal please, kasi medyo distracting. Okay, so yung kulay dito is black and then green and then black. So dapat yung susunod na is a green one. So the correct answer is letter B. Right, so how about this one? So again, Just imagine that this one doesn't exist. So what numbers comes next? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
11, sir.
11.
Right? So very obvious naman. So pang kinder, pwedeng pang kinder to or pang grade 1 or grade 2. So this one is incrementing by 2. So plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. So 9 plus 2 is 11. So kung di mo masyadong nag-gets yun, so we have here the step-by-step solution. Okay? Sit work. So in this one, hindi ko na to iiwan as sit work. We will now answer this one right away. Okay? So what numbers comes next in 1, 4, 9, 16, 25? Number?
Sir, 41.
41?
Yes, sir.
Hindi eh. 41
35.
is not
36.
35.
So I'll give you guys an option. A, 35, B, 36, C, 38, and then
B, sir.
D,
B.
40.
B.
B.
Sir, B.
Ano yung letter B natin?
36, sir.
36.
Alright. So the correct answer
U square.
is or letter B. Okay, so paano nangyari yon? Kung papansin niyo, ang pinakamadali actually na way para mahanap yung pattern is gagamit tayo ng first difference. So 4 minus 1 is 3. Okay, and then 9 minus 4 is, 9 minus 4 is 5. And then 16 minus 9 is 7. 25 minus 16 is 9. So kung papansin niyo, parang dito may pattern na. Pero let's say hindi nyo pa na-figure out kung anong pattern na yon. So pwede pa kayong kumuha sa second difference. So ito first difference and then ito yung second difference. So 5 minus 3 is 2. Dapat alternating. Ayan, 2. And then 7 minus 5 is still 2. And then 9 minus 7 is 2. Oops. So as you can see, the pattern is plus 2 or it's incrementing by 2 from here. So dapat dito yung susunod na is 11. Okay, and then still 2 here. So from here, we can say that 25 now plus 11 is 36. Okay, so plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 and then plus 13. Okay, so kung gusto nyo pang alamin yung susunod, so 13 plus 36 now is 49. Okay, so ganun lang naman kasimple para ma-figure out nyo kung paano ba, kung medyo complicated. Okay. Alright, so how about this one? So we have here apples and worms, a picture of, para mga, I don't know, how do you call this one? Patterns of worms and apples, ganun na nga lang. So we have a total of 6 numbers, and then we have an option here at the bottom, A, B, C, D, E, F. So, ibigyan ko kayo ng 5 minutes. So letter A and letter A and letter E is the same. So you can interchange those two. Oops. May mga sagot na ba kayo? Alright, so may mga sagot na kayo? You guys still have 2 minutes and 23 seconds.
Recorded.
Last 1 minute. So, nanganda na si Mr. Tepolo. So, we will see. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, and then 1. Alright. So, check natin or check nyo kung tama yung mga sagot nyo. Okay. So, here's the correct answer. Okay. So, we have here letter C, letter B, letter F, letter A or E, and then letter D, and then letter A or letter E. Okay? So, alamin natin kung bakit ganyan. So, as you can see right here, we have a total of 4 different shapes of patterns. So, apple, and then, hirap ipaliwanag, pero iba to dito, and then iba rin to dito. Okay? Magkakaiba yung 4 na yan. Okay? So, when it comes to shapes, magkakaiba sila. Pero pagdating sa ikalima, same na siya dito, bumalik na siya dito. Okay? So if you're going to take a look on this one, same na siya dito, same na rin ito dito. Alright, so I hope you've got this one. So ito, yung size na, yung kino-consider natin dito is yung pagkakaiba ng shape nila. Okay? And then na-reset siya after 4 kinds or 4 different kinds of shapes. Or 4 different kinds of figure. Okay? For the second one, ito very obvious. Okay? So we have here is big, small, big, small, big, and then small. Okay? So, papansin niyo tatlo lang yung pattern natin or tatlong different kinds of figure lang. Ito, at saka dalawang same. But difference when it comes to sizes. And then ito ulit, and then dalawa ulit na magkaiba. Okay? Na pagdating sa size. So, big, small, big, small, big, small. And then ito rin, very obvious. So, meron din siyang pattern when it comes to size. We have here, nag-chat. So we have here a size of small, big, big, small, big. So ito, tatlo din yung pattern. So dalawang the same na apple and then na isang naiba. And then dalawang the same ulit and then isang naiba. Pero since kailangan natin i-follow yung size, then this one should be a big one, which is letter F. Okay? And then for number 4, so sobrang dali. Okay? So dalawang the same, and then dapat dalawang the same din. Okay? And then for number 5, so ganun din, dalawang malaki, dalawang maliit, and then dalawang malaki. And then kung papansin niyo yung pattern natin is tatlo. Actually, 4 pala. So, tatlong apple na parehas and then worm. And then dito dapat is tatlong parehas ulit na malalaking apple. Pero hindi na natin kailangan yung isa pa kasi nga ito lang yung kailangan natin. Yung pangalawa. And then for number 6, we have big, big, small, big, and then small. Alright? So, I hope you were able to get those correct answer or those answers. Okay? So, again, we now only have 1 minute and 40 seconds. So, ano ba yung susunod? Okay, so tapusin natin hanggang dito. Okay? So, the next one is asymmetry that indicates that you can draw an imaginary line across an object and the resulting parts are mirror images of each other. Okay, so kung meron tayong shape, if you divide it by, if you put an imaginary line or divide it by 2 in the middle, so that is one good example of symmetry since yung kabila is a mirror of the other side. So same lang din kapag hinati mo siya sa gitna via horizontally. So yung dito sa upper left, upper right, and then lower left, and then lower right are the same. So symmetrical lang din sila. Okay, so the same with human. Kapag hinati mo sila sa gitna or hinati tayo sa gitna, so symmetrical pa rin. Merong mata dito, may mata, may tenga, and so on and so forth. Okay? So this type of symmetry known as line or bilateral symmetry. So it is also evident when it comes to animals, of course, including humans. Okay? So hanggang dito na lang muna ulit and then just wait for the part 3. Okay? So again, wait 5 to 7 minutes and then we will continue this one on part. All right, so goodbye for now.
Goodbye and thank
sir.
you, sir.
5 to 7 ulit, sir.
5 to 7 minutes ulit.
Sige, sir. Sige.
So have a break.